doing a thing. Fuck. I'm already fucking up. Is that bright enough? Ooh. There we go. Hello. Is it working? That's muting it. We don't want to mute that. Muting that is bad. Nobody is fucking here. That is okay. I will amuse myself for a few minutes. Okay. It'll just be me in my pajamas by myself. Worst case scenario. Okay. Well, if anybody does show up, just let me know if you can hear me okay. I have a mic set up. I am just filming with my webcam, but it actually doesn't look that bad with the lighting, so maybe it's fine. Really, I just got to worry about the sound. If you can hear me, let me know. And if you can't, well, guess you won't know to tell me. Just gonna chill. I may go get a soda actually in a minute. Well, no, I should drink more water. If you're listening, drink water. If you're not listening, you should still drink water. Okay. It's going to be a thrilling live stream where I just stare at myself and get really awkward. Okay. Hopefully, if you can hear me, let me know. If you can't hear me, that'll be sad. I mean, technically I can't control you, so you can do whatever you want. But, you know, if you're here, it would be great for you to tell me so I know whether or not you can hear me or anything. What does this do? I don't know what that is. I won't touch it. Hi, this is the first time I've been on this side of this. So I might fuck it all up, but that's okay. Because learning is really good. I'm also going to go ahead and apologize. Wait, can anyone hear me? Can you hear me? Would it help to bring the microphone closer? Can you hear me? Is anybody out there? I'll just sing to myself. Okay. Thanks, Poddle. Okay. So Poddle is on their phone and is watching out there and says that they can hear me. So thank you, Poddle, for messaging me. Yeah, when you're on your phone, there's a way to make the live chat show up, but I forget how to do it. And I'm obviously not on my phone. I'm on my laptop, so I'm not sure. I think there's a way, like, there might be, if you're looking at it on your phone, like if you're looking at your phone like this, like straight up, and the pictures at the top, if you look underneath where it has all the like likes and share and whatever, I think there's one that says live chat. I think. And if you hit that, it should show you the live chat. Granted, there shouldn't be much of a live chat because it's just me and you and maybe another person. I don't know. Maybe there's multiple people that just don't know how to comment, and that's fine. It's going to make this a little hard, but we'll figure it out. So yeah, if it doesn't work, that's fine. You can keep messaging me, Poddle, on Facebook Messenger. That's fine. I kind of assumed if anyone showed up, it would just be some of my friends, because this is almost more of a test than like a full-on, like, you know, official live stream. This is more me seeing if I can pull this off in my apartment, especially where I live in a basement apartment, and it's like, oh, I don't know how well the streaming will even fucking work on this side of things. I'm used to being on the other side. This is my first time on this side. So yeah, I appreciate anybody showing up, if only just to have a chill hangout. Are you wearing pajamas? That's the only requisite for this hangout. I'm not even wearing makeup. I am wearing a bra. I decided to wear a bra because I just didn't want my boobies flopping everywhere, because Lord knows they're distracting enough as it is. But I am wearing pajamas, my favorite pajamas. Oh shit, I just realized I put in laundry and I should have checked it before I started this. It'll be fine. I'll go check on it afterwards. I'm only going to probably do this for about an hour. So we'll just chill out. But I hope you're all in pajamas and I hope you're all comfy, all two of you. But this is just a chill hangout. Because hey, I said as a goal, like, hey, if I can hit at least 100 subscribers, fuck it, we'll do a live stream. I got 109 now. Woo! Very, very exciting. So I guess that's a good place to start as people are potentially streaming in. Drink water. That's your reminder to drink some water, folks. Oh, sorry. I'm going to just adjust and enjoy my boobies with my philosophy tube shirt. Unofficial mummy of our channel. Anyway, I hope everyone's doing well today. I hope you're having a good Saturday. I imagine most people that are watching me are locals to Maine, so I hope you've been enjoying today. It is beautiful out today. It is 70 degrees. I had my windows all open. The cats were all in the windows looking at birds and squirrels and all that shit. They were very, very happy. Very happy cats. Happy Mander, happy cats. Also, my Chewy order came, so one of the cats is in the box. You got to leave the empty box. And oh, nice, Poddle. Good workaround. Good workaround. There you go. Good job. That's one way to do it. Hopefully, I look good on your TV. But if you hear any weird sounds behind me, it's because Murray is in a box. Because I got my Chewy box and it's empty, and of course, I always leave the box so the cats can play with it. Because why would I deprive them of a box? I am a good kitty mother. So, yes. Poddle, are you wearing pajamas? Because I'm wearing pajamas. It's a pajama stream. Technically, you don't have to wear pajamas, but it is highly encouraged that you wear pajamas. Because why wouldn't you? Like, if you are given the opportunity to wear pajamas, why wouldn't you wear them? So I actually walked over to 7-Eleven in my pajamas, which I do a lot anyway. My thing just get brighter. Feels like it just got brighter. There you go. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. I have a mirror light now. You all may have seen my amazing TikTok about that. I'm very excited. I'm still figuring it out. It is technically a little janky. The friend that gave it to me told me it was janky, so it might act up, but it seems like it's doing okay. Check it up one more. There we go. Yeah, to be fair, I am wearing a broad tube Poddle, so no worries. Maybe like it felt too warm to wear a sweater. So like if I'm not going to have a sweater over it, I don't like to be braless. Like it's my weird separation. That's like my boundary. But anyway, cool. Worst comes to worst, Poddle. It's just us two hanging out. That's fun. So yeah, I now have officially 109 subscribers, which is more than I was expecting, especially this soon into the game. So thank you if you're watching. And if you're watching later, thank you, because maybe people are watching later. It's a beautiful day. I can imagine some people are like, we're not watching a live stream. We're going to go outside, Amanda. I'm too pale to go outside. It's not true. I might go for a walk later. Yeah, woo! That's right, Poddle. Poddle's making all the noise for all the people who can't be here or don't want to be here right now because they're busy, whatever. I appreciate all that. It was really exciting to meet that goal. I now have a custom URL because YouTube doesn't let you do that until you have 100 subscribers. You can't live stream until you have 100 subscribers, which I think used to be different. I think it used to be 1,000. So I think they lowered that at some point. I'm not sure. I'm assuming you can't until you have 1,000 do things like, what are they called? Like super chats or things like that, which is fine because I don't know how much YouTube takes out of those anyway. So like, if you wanted to send me money, that's really sweet, but just send it to me directly and I'll tell you my Venmo or something. Don't worry about it. So yeah, that's exciting. The next sort of big milestone will be 1,000 subscribers. When I get to that, that's when I can do, what can I do with that? I think that's probably when super chats get unlocked and shit like that. But again, I'm not that worried about that part of it. I think at 1,000 is when I can monetize. So that'll be exciting when I can actually monetize my videos, because right now I can't. So any money I make from my videos is literally patrons or people sending me donations. So if you've ever sent me money, or if you were one of my lovely patrons watching this, again, probably in the future, not right now, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, because that helps me a bit. I'm not making a lot from it right now. I think I've made like, I think right now I'm making like $50 a month. I would technically be making a little bit more. Like I think it's technically at 60, but I do use a little bit of like, I am supporting 2 people on Patreon too. So like when you take out that plus the taxes, it ends up equaling like $50. But that's still $50 a month. That's an extra $50. Like I'm not gonna, scoff at that. Also, since we're talking about money stuff, some of you may have seen that I was doing some fundraising for Tantrum, my fluffy himbo, who is currently sleeping on top of my DVD holder. So I'm not going to go grab him. I would have tried to grab him and show you his fluffy adorableness, but he refuses to. So instead, we'll just show you, look, Captain Sisyphus is here. Yay, because if you're going to be in PJs, you got to hang out with something fluffy and cute. So yeah, I got some people, what I did, for anyone who didn't see, is that I made a post talking about like, hey, I have the surgery coming up for Tantrum. I think I have enough for it, but it is going to be really tight. Money in general has just been kind of tight lately because I've been trying to buy stuff for videos, and I've just been trying to like be a person. And occasionally, yeah, I've like maybe ordered too much food or something, but it's just, we live in a society and it's tough right now. So I was asking, like, I would love to do a fundraising thing, but I'm the kind of person that I always feel really weird about asking people for money. Very specifically, money is where I tend to get like really weird about it. So maybe I can do a thing where we do like a fake sponsorship kind of thing, where if you give me $20 or however much you want to give me, I'll give you a shout out in the video, even if you're not a patron over on Patreon, or I'll promote a business if you're someone with business. Cause I have a lot of friends who do like side hustles and, all that shit. I have friends who are starting businesses. I have friends who are like in school so that they can eventually go to the job that they actually want to do. Like, I just know a lot of like talented people. Plus I know a lot of local comedians, people who are starting to do events again, people who do live streams and digital shows. Like I just know lots of very talented people, which is really cool. And I love it. But so anyway, I was thinking like, if you give me some money, I'll give you a shout out. Like it'll be more of a sponsorship than a straight up just like give me money situation, because that just tends to make me more uncomfortable. And I have gotten $400 as of just a little while ago, because I just got another donation from my dad, which is very nice of him. I'll have to message him and thank him. Maybe he'll watch this. I don't know. I don't know what he's up to today. I need to email him. Okay, email your dad, unless your dad sucks, in which case you can email me instead. Drink water. It's very important. So yeah, I've raised $400, which is great because I had, what's this? Zoom wants me to update. Get out of here. Get out of here. It makes me think of, oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Huddle. I haven't watched Broad City in a bit. Maybe I'll do a binge watch of that after I finish Futurama again. Yeah, this Captain Sisyphus I got, I'll talk about the thing in a second, was given to me by a friend in college. That was like her thing, is she would just like make people 3-eared bunnies, and every 3-eared bunny was different. So this is the only 3-eared bunny that looks exactly like this, Captain Sisyphus, and I named him obviously. And it's hard to see because of my camera sucking, but it does say ARG, which are my initials, Amanda Reynolds Gregg. ARG, also ARG. That was one of my nicknames for the longest time, and people loved it. They're like, you pirates. So that's why I have a 3-eared pirate bunny captain. The dirge of this. He gets hopping mad. I definitely stole that joke from Muppet Treasure Island, and I'm okay with it. So Tantrum surgery is going to be anywhere between, the estimate they gave me was anywhere between $800 and $1,200. I have managed to hold on to most of my stimulus check, the last one we got. So I still have like about 1,000 of that in my savings, but basically like he's going to have a surgery, and then most of it, if not all of it, is going to be gone. And then I also have some stuff coming up for the next video, which I'll talk about later. That's going to be not expensive, but just like if I want to do it the way I want to do it, I need to buy a couple of things. Like that's just kind of the reality of the situation. Plus, I also just have things I need to get, like, food. And, the cats also have prescription food that they eat. So it gets expensive over here in Bisexual Bay sometimes. So, we do our best. But definitely that money helps with that. And I'm currently transferring everything over to my account right now. And I'm going to put everything into the savings. Tantrum surgery isn't this coming week. It's the week after that. I was actually supposed to have a dentist appointment myself next week, which my insurance wasn't going to completely cover. So I'm actually going to reschedule that. But that money might also go towards that. So you're helping me and my cat. Hopefully his surgery will be on the cheaper side, which would be great because then I can just have some extra money that can go towards the channel and maybe getting some new stuff. I'd really like to get some more things, some technical things. Like one thing I really want to get, which directly affects this live stream actually, is I did not look into until this past week on how to live stream through a GoPro. There is a option to live stream straight through the GoPro, but then I wouldn't be able to see comments. What I want to do is use it more like a webcam. However, to do that, you have to get this thing called a cam link, which for anyone who doesn't know what that is, it's basically just this like little thing you plug into the side of your computer. And that's where it basically like inputs the data into your computer for you from the camera so that it then can stream. And I'd like to do that because obviously that camera is better than this webcam that's through the laptop because it's just a shitty thing. I mean, it doesn't look that bad from what I can see, but I would like it to be better because the GoPro obviously is a higher quality. That's why I use to film my videos right now until I can upgrade to something a little fancier. But the GoPros are cheap and they look good as long as you have good lighting. That's really the biggest thing with the GoPro. I also eventually want to update my editing software because I'm using just like the cheapest editing software and it's fine, but there's definitely some limitations on it that would make it look better. But anyway, that's all of that. So yeah, we're chilling out. Everyone drink some more water. I woke up with the worst headache this morning. So I had some Advil just a little bit ago and I've just been drinking water all morning and just been trying to like rehydrate myself. I thought I drank a decent amount of water yesterday, but I guess I didn't, which is annoying. It's annoying when you think you're doing adulting well and then you just don't. It's okay. It's fine. But yeah, Poddle, who's still here. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that someone's here. And of course, again, people might come by and watch this later, and I appreciate if you do. Thank you so much. Let's talk about video stuff. I'm not going to be fancy and be like, and I have like screenshots. I'm not doing any of that. It's just not happening. Maybe when I get fancier setups, we'll do stuff like that. But right now, let's just talk about where we're starting at with this channel. So my first goal with this channel to get like going was that I wanted to start with 3 videos because originally the idea I had for the longest time was this idea about making a video about unicorn hunting because there were all these articles and blog posts and memes. There's the Unicorn RS website that every polyamorous has saved to show to unicorn hunters. But there weren't a lot of videos. Most of the videos I saw were I think like Boldly Grow, for example, has a good unicorn hunting video, but it's literally just her talking on a camera, explaining for like maybe 10 to 20 minutes. And then that's it. That's like the whole thing. And I am not here to throw Boldly Grow under the bus. Jay Koenagi. Yeah. Jay Koenagi is a great creator. I like her videos a lot. But I am high. Look, I'm literally wearing a Philosophy 2 shirt right now. I'm the kind of person that I like costumes and I like LED lighting and I like jokes and I like production value. Those are the kind of videos I really like. So for literally the last couple of years, this idea of a unicorn hunting video done in the style of Philosophy Tube or ContraPoints or, any of those kind of videos that I really enjoy was in the back of my head. But for some reason, all these telepathic messages I was sending to these creators, apparently they just weren't picking them up. Like, loser, can't even read my mind, So I decided, well, maybe I should do it. But then the next problem was like, okay, to make the video I want and have the production value I want, I need to like buy good stuff or at least find somebody who has them. But let's be real, probably just buy it because like no one around here I would think would have much. At least at the time I was thinking that. Now probably some more people because of digital shows and whatnot. But anyway, So I'm like, if I'm going to do it, I need to be able to, someone, sorry, messaged me. Okay. I needed something to, I think it was Poddle actually. I wanted, if I was going to make this really good YouTube video with the production value I wanted, it was like, okay, well, that's a waste to just make like one video and then just be done. Like, that doesn't make sense to like do that amount of work and then just have this one video that, I mean, even if it does well, that doesn't really make sense to sink that much money. Hi, I don't have a lot of money. My family does not come from money. It's just not the kind of thing I can just like casually buy a bunch of this shit and then just walk away from it afterwards. You know what I mean? So I started kind of like letting that simmer. I started to say serenade. I started to sing at it. It simmered in the back of my head for quite a while. And then what I did, I guess after a while, I just started having these sort of ideas about like other non-monogamy topics that would be fun to make videos about. Like, obviously there's now the relationship anarchy video too. And I have a literal list of videos that I want to make. And so because of that, and then getting the stimulus checks, you know, some of the stimulus checks that I got, because like we got 3, did end up going to things like making sure I could pay off some of my bills and just helping me. But I also do still have a day job that pays pretty well. And granted, there's plenty of shenanigans happening with my day job, but we will not get into, because I can't and I shouldn't here on any of all platforms. But it just was like, okay, well, I'm going to do this as like a side thing. Let's do it as well as I can. And I did some research. I found out you could actually make a GoPro work as a camera because they're cheap. They're the cheapest ones you can get. My GoPro, I got a Hero, the Black Hero 7, and it was like $100 and something bucks, maybe $200. I don't even think it was $200. It was really cheap. I mean, they just came out with the 9. So yeah. So it made sense to do that. And that's what I did. And I got everything. I think everything total that I got for like the mic and also I have a mic stand and some other things ended up coming to around like $600 or so, which is not bad for everything that I got, including like the cards and getting a decent light. And now I have a mirror light, which is going to help so much. Shout out to Molly for giving me this amazing light. So yeah, that's kind of like the genesis of why the channel happened, was this wanting to see more content done the way I want to be done about non-monogamy that people just weren't doing. And again, I want to make it so clear that I'm not here to be like, how dare nobody, like, boring or anything like that. It was just more that I'm the kind of person that responds really well to LED lights and costume changes and silly jokes. And nobody's really doing that with non-monogamy in that way. There are some like people on TikTok, and there's a lot of accounts that especially do like memes and stuff that make stuff, but not a lot of YouTube stuff that I want anyway. And I think part of that is also, and I said this in my intro video, that when it comes to non-monogamy, I think people are trying to present it in this very non-scandalous way, because non-monogamy does have this reputation of being, you know, like, oh, you're just having orgies all the time. Like, I haven't had an orgy well, obviously I haven't had one in at least a year. I'm sad. But you know, it's not really a part of my life that much. And like, there's plenty of kinky people, but there's also like asexuals, there's aromantics. Like, it's not as salacious and scandalous as people think it is. So like, I understand why that's part of their approach for some people. But for me, I'm like, I mean, the people who are going to keep thinking that are probably going to keep thinking that no matter what. So I'm just going to go ahead and have fun and try to present things in a way that are interesting. The other part of it too is that so much of non-monogamy, I'm sure Poddle knows this. Poddle, you definitely know this. So much of it is presented through the lens of couples. It's all couples opening up, and you know, what do I do if he starts spending so much more time with his girlfriend than he is with me, and dealing with meta. It's like so focused on that. And again, no, there's nothing wrong with that. And I do think that's part of the journey for some people, for sure. But like, Jesus Christ, like if you're a solo polyamorous or / relationship anarchist like I am, there's just like, it just really feels like you're kind of left out of the loop. You're constantly being told that, oh, like, oh, now you're just promiscuous or you're just a slut or that's not what that is. That's not a real thing. You're just single. And it's like, well, no, not really. It's more complicated than that. So that's the other big reason why I started this channel. And so the fact that the first couple of videos have been doing as well as they have really means a lot to me. The unicorn hunting video is definitely doing better than the relationship anarchy video, but that's okay. That's fine. The relationship anarchy video, I didn't share quite as far as wide because it's a lot more niche and I wasn't really sure where to share that one. I tried to share it in one of the bigger solo poly groups and it got denied and I never got around to asking them why. It might have been a thing where they just saw it and they're like, well, that's not technically this is solo poly, that's relationship anarchy. I'm not sure. It's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. But it's really exciting to see people responding to it. But the unicorn hunting video especially has basically blown up to me. Like it's not even 1,000 views yet, but for me, it's like at 800 something. That's a lot to me. For someone who just started, I started in February and 800 views to me, that's a big deal. I'll take it. I would rather have a slow, steady rise to fame, whatever that is in the non-monogamy world, because it is still a small world, than to just like go viral and then just be fucking overwhelmed. I would rather it be a steady progression, which is one of the reasons why I do want to take a moment to say like, yay, 100 subscribers. Woo. Yes. Poddle. I was single when I started my journey like you, and it was super frustrating to find material to help me. Yes, it's so fucking hard. It's so hard. And I feel like there's more material now, but I think it's still very limited. And I think so much of it is still focused on this very coupled approach. And it's very hierarchical still. So I so struggle to say that word, hierarchical. It never sounds right to me. But yeah, like I think it's better, but I think it's still hard. It's still very hard for people. So yeah, I'm very excited that things have been going as well as they are. I'm glad to be having this sort of slow up and up, and I hope the channel keeps growing, and I hope people keep liking it. In the future, obviously my live streams will be better than this, but I appreciate those who are here for showing up, and I hope you're having a good time. Because this is a pajama stream, I don't wear makeup with my pajamas. I'm just noticing now how red my face looks, and I don't care. It's a pajama stream. We are here to chill. The fact that I'm wearing a bra alone, that's too much for a chill pajama stream. But I hope you all at home are wearing pajamas and are having a good time and are comfortable. And yeah, so everybody, let's take a moment to drink some water, and then we're going to talk individually about the videos a little bit. Does that sound fun? Does that sound like a good time? Excuse me. Drink your water. Drink your water. Oh, Paddle, you're making art right now? That's cool. Sorry, I actually just read your real message. Sorry. Good times. Okay, so let's talk about some of the videos and just talk about what's next because things aren't coming. I kind of realized I didn't completely finish my story about starting the channel because like the whole point was I was saying I wanted to make sure I have more than just like one video. This is the unicorn hunting video. I wanted to have other ideas, and I did. So I made myself write 3 scripts. You've seen 2 of them. You've seen the unicorn hunting script. That was number 1. You have now seen the relationship anarchy script, which technically that was the 3rd one I wrote, but I decided to do that one second because I figured 2 non-monogamy related things right off the get-go. Excuse me. That was a water burp. I'm a lady. Whoa. Sorry, I always do it anytime I burp. It's a very important part of the process. I should probably turn off my phone so that it doesn't keep distracting me. I apologize. The 3rd script I wrote is a fat phobia script. Yes, I'm going to talk about fat phobia on YouTube. Fucking pray for me, fam. It's going to be a thing. I am the kind of person, and Poddle, we actually kind of talked about this a little bit. I meant to comment more with you and continue that conversation, that I have this thing where I do not like to be in a box. I like to jump around boxes. I like to try different hats. I like to do different things. There are lots of subjects that interest me. Not only am I a big fan of the show Farscape, I also really love Cleopatra as a historical figure. I am just the kind of person that I like jumping around and being interested in whatever the fuck I want. And I also want to talk about whatever the fuck I want. You know, like there are certain things I hope people tend to associate with me. Like obviously I want the channel to be mostly associated with non-monogamy, but there's plenty of other subjects I want to talk about on the channel that are not just going to be about non-monogamy. They're not. So the next video, the next full video essay, I should say, is going to be about fat phobia. It's specifically called Good Fatty versus Bad Fatty. And I kind of teased it at the end of Relationship Anarchy in the credits. I'm not sure if anyone noticed. That was my super subtle hint. And that's going to be a fucking beast, y'all. It's going to be a beast, but it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be a really necessary video. And I think I'm going to be talking about it in a way that I haven't seen many other people have. So I think it's going to be really exciting. Thank you for the clapping and the hand waving. I'm really excited to see how people react to that. I'm nervous. I am nervous because when you're talking openly about fat phobia, especially about the idea of fat activism, fat oppression, the fat acceptance movement, you can get some not so wonderful humans commenting on those videos. So that is a little bit of a concern. But I'm also still a baby YouTuber. I'm still got a small audience. So in theory, it will stay with the cool people for quite a while. Let's hope, fingers crossed. So that's the next video. So let's talk about the first two videos a little bit more. Excuse me. So unicorn hunting video. It was a lot of fun to film that. It was weird to film it because, again, that one was in my head for like 2 years. So finally filming that was exciting, but very challenging. In terms of feedback and everything, it's done really well. I think I might be at like 64 likes on it and only 2 dislikes, which is pretty good. The most negative comment I have seen about it actually was on Pottle's resharing of that video. Pottle had somebody comment on it about how, oh, he just couldn't understand. I shouldn't assume pronouns, excuse me. They couldn't understand why unicorn hunting is so bad. He's, they're commenting this on a video about unicorn hunting. At one point they said specifically, I find the term unicorn hunting offensive. It's kind of like when someone says they find the term racist offensive. Like you have more of a problem with the term than you do the action. That says a lot about you, buddy. And I think it was Pottle asked this individual, like, oh, well, did you watch the video? Because like, if you don't understand why people have an issue with it, maybe you should watch this 51-minute video that was specifically made to explain the issues with unicorn hunting. Maybe watch it. And excuse me, I keep saying the wrong pronoun. I very apologize. I'm really not trying to misgender someone here. They said, oh, I can only stomach 10 minutes of it. And this is such a common unicorn hunting problem. Like they'll say like, I don't understand. And then you give them, you hand deliver on a plate the fucking material and they go, oh, I couldn't be bothered. Well, then I can't be bothered to fucking explain to you because I just literally made an entire video about it, and it's so dumb. And they do it all over the place and it's always the same thing. It's always the same. Like, I don't understand. They're not even polyamorous. They're a swinger. Well, maybe then I'll give them the slight benefit of the doubt. Maybe for them, they're thinking about it from purely a swinging mindset because there's a siren. I don't know if you all can hear that, but there was definitely a siren just now. I love living near a fire department. It's fun. Motherfucker, it's coming my way. We're going to just wait a second. I do look pretty today. I need to shave my hair down, though. My hair is getting long again. You shave it back down. Are you done? Okay, I think they're done. I think the fire's out. Whatever's happening. Oh my dear God. Fuck, I just forgot what I was talking about. Poddle, what was I saying? I don't remember. I was talking about the unicorn hunting video. I was talking about those. Yeah, so unicorn hunters will do shit like that where they're just like, oh, I can't be bothered. And it's like, well, then that's your problem. But yes, so swinging. So swinging, I think, I could have made this clear in my video for 100% sure. To me, there is a difference between unicorn hunting and swinging and unicorn hunting in the polyamory dating community. Swinging is typically, it's even though the term unicorn hunting originates from the swinging community, it very much is more acceptable there because you're literally showing up and can say like, oh yeah, I want to fuck these two and then leave. You know what I mean? Like there's a little bit more of that. And there's not necessarily a strict dichotomy between swinging and polyamory. Some people do straddle that line. There's a lot of gray in there. Some people are swingers but open to polyamory. They're polyamorous, but sometimes they swing on the weekend. That's 100% true. That's cool. That's fine. But I do think there's a very big difference between somebody going to, say, a swinging community with the explicit hope of having a threesome, preferably with a bisexual woman, but like that's not everyone's jam. Some people want bisexual men or whatever. And I see a very big difference between that and going into, say, a dating app and saying, we want to date a woman exclusively. She must be a biological woman and she has to love us equally. Like to me, those are two very different things. And I could have made that clear in the video. But I think the problem is that unicorn and unicorn hunter, in terms of their terminology, have been kind of like almost overpopularized in a way. You know what I mean? You know how the word triggered kind of got taken to a point where it kind of just now means anytime I'm upset, as opposed to actually being fucking really triggered. It's kind of like that, where some people just use unicorn and unicorn hunter in this very open, nebulous way. And on the one hand, I guess you could say there's something kind of good about a term becoming so commonplace that we all now know it and kind of can label that behavior. But it also can be a bit of a downside because now you have people who are just like, tee hee hee, we're looking for a unicorn, and just like trying to reclaim the language, even though they're the fucking predators. You know what I mean? And it's like, no, it's literally describing a predatory thing. You do not get to reclaim unicorn hunter. I have seen people try to argue that. You can't. That's like trying to reclaim the word rapist or racist or TERF for that matter. Like, no, those are specifically terms used to describe a negative, horrible thing. And making it cute and digestible does not help anybody at all. Least of all the fucking unicorn hunters. Like, I don't think they understand that they're not making their case look better. Like, if I met somebody and they were just like, well, I'm a TERF, like a loud and proud TERF. It's like, okay, then I'm not going to hang out with you. So I wouldn't give him the benefit of the doubt. Okay, person. But yeah, now I'm trying to be a little bit nice. But yeah. But like I do see a difference between swinging unicorn hunting and dating unicorn hunting. So that video is definitely meant to be about dating unicorn hunting, for clarity, if in case anyone was curious. So, but yeah, in terms of filming and everything, most of the filming got done over a weekend. It was a very long day. It was me and my unicorn onesie on my couch, which is why the lighting might look a little bit weird in places, because literally the lighting was changing outside. So I was trying to do my best. At the time, that was the day I realized I needed to get more batteries because I only had one battery. And so my GoPro kept dying and I had to keep recharging. And that's another reason why it took so long. But now I have 3 batteries and I have a recharging station. So that's going to make things much easier going forward. Certainly the relationship anarchy video is much easier to film because of that. Yeah, and the relationship anarchy video was a lot of fun to film too. The outfit was fun. I did not shave my head for the video. It was just kind of this thing I was thinking about doing. And then it was like, might as well, fuck it. And then I can make it part of the costume. So like I made sure to film everything with the normal, my long hair that I used to have then. And then I got my head shaved. And then I filmed all the bits without. And I think I'm finally in a place to watch it today. Yay! Oh, I hope you like it, Poddle. It's really, I liked it a lot. I've gotten some really great feedback. In terms of views, I mean, it's about like half of what the unicorn hunting video has, but I've gotten way more comments about it in terms of private messages I have gotten from people telling me afterwards that they loved it. Like I've had a friend and I had somebody in my family actually message me to be like, oh my God, I think I'm a relationship anarchist. And I was like, welcome to the fold, comrade. Yes. Smash the patriarchy and fuck as many people as you want, as long as it's consensual and everyone is well-informed and good for you. You know what I mean? Like it just felt so good. So that's been nice. Cause like it definitely has less comments on the actual video, less likes, less views. But I haven't had as many people message me privately to be like, holy shit, this thing, as I did with the unicorn hunting video. The unicorn hunting video, I did get messages from people, but it was a little bit different. The context was a bit more, like, oh, it was really funny. This is a great resource. I'm going to share this. It was more that, whereas this was more like, oh, you've helped me find a new label, which I love helping people find labels. I love it. Like I sometimes think I should have been a linguist because I get really excited about words, our relationship to words, why certain words resonate with us as opposed to other words. Like that stuff makes me so excited. I just recently read a great book called Word Slut by Amanda something. Gotta love it, Amanda. Shout out to Amandas everywhere. That was really, really good. Maybe I'll grab it and show you all, but it was really good. And I think everyone should read it because it's just fascinating stuff. And when I read it, I was like, I should have been a linguist. But anyway, that's like a side thing. Yeah, Poddle, since you're here, or anybody else who might be here and just hanging out, if you have any questions about the videos or my process or anything, I'm kind of just rambling because this is just like a chill, me just chatting. This is my first time ever doing this. Obviously, I'm still very new to things. Hello. This is mostly just about being able to say thank you all for being awesome and for subscribing and sharing the videos and telling me, you're giving me your thoughts on it. It's a one-woman operation so far. Maybe in the future there'll be guests, or maybe I'll have people help me with like voiceover things or something like that. I guess it's not completely one woman because I do have my friend, the wonderful, talented Bear Claw Billy, helping me out with stuff, but they're doing just the music. And then Richard Russell, who's also known as, what is Richard's twitching name? I know it. Damn it. It's Gorgo Von Smashy Things or something like that. Follow them on Twitter and Twitch. They stream on Spooky Sundays with their fiance, Chelsea, and it is so much fun to watch them. But anyway, Richard provided the vocals for the last unicorn song. Did a very great job. And I'll probably have them do music again. What does your brainstorming process look like? What is my process? What is my process? So it kind of can start with anything in terms of like a subject that interests me. The unicorn hunting, I kind of explained a little bit how the unicorn hunting thing was just kind of this thing in my head that kind of grew. Some of the other ideas I've had have come really more from me just kind of like thinking about a subject and being like, oh yeah, this, and maybe something particular about that subject really just like having a pull for me, having some kind of thing that I keep coming back to. So for example, as a little bit of, I guess, a spoiler. So this next video that I'm working on, that's coming out probably in like a week or so. It's not a full video essay, but it's a shorter video. It's gonna be like a terminology video. And it's gonna talk about the difference between boundaries, agreements, and rules. And so there were kind of two different brainstorming things that happened to make this video become hopefully eventually a reality. The first of it being that I have had so many conversations with people about the differences between boundaries, agreements, and rules. And because of that, I'm constantly thinking about ways of how to better explain it because everybody has kind of their own idea of what each thing is. And depending on which spaces you're in, those conversations can be more like negative or positive, you know what I mean? So for example, I've had people tell me that, oh, agreements are just rules. So we don't have any of those. And I'm like, oh, that's not really true. Like, I think what you think of as rules and what I think of as rules are very different. And I think, oh, that's a really sweet comment. I'll read that in a second. I'm sorry. I think it's really important that we all discuss what these words mean to us so that we can then see the ways that we kind of meet up or where we don't. Because I think these are really important things to know about ourselves and our partners, especially, or people we have any kind of relationship with. You know, like agreements are important in family relationships, in friendships, like they're important in all kinds of context. So that was kind of one of the things. And I found a way to recently to explain it that I think works really well. And I have explained it that way to other people that they seem to really enjoy. So I'm going to be making that part of the video. The other part of the brainstorming process for this next video is that I was trying to think of a way to do a terminology video that wasn't in the more straightforward, dry way. Again, not trying to throw anyone under the bus who makes videos like that. But I tend to prefer something that's a little more interesting. But it's hard to do in a video where you're just literally trying to explain the definition of a word, right? So I just kept thinking of like, what's a way I can make this interesting? Like, could I even make this interesting? Maybe I just shouldn't fucking bother. But I like the idea of occasionally having little breaks between like the longer video essays, since those take so much more effort. And then I came up with, and then it just kind of, I just started like thinking of almost like in a skit kind of way, like a sketch comedy skit. And so the two ideas kind of merged together, and that's how this next video will be made. And I'm being a little vague about what I mean because I don't want to spoil it, because it's going to be, again, a shorter video, and it's literally the whole concept. So I don't want to like spoil it completely. It's a terminology video, but it's going to be different. So I hope some of that rambling made sense, Pottle. Thank you for your question. It's kind of weird. My brain just kind of fires off. I'll be listening to a song, and I will suddenly start imagining what it would be like if that song was being danced to by a person dressed like a horse. It's things like that. My brain just kind of goes off and just makes weird connections like that. I've heard about a thing. It's called, I might screw this up and I'm so sorry. I think it's called Maladaptive Imagination. Feel free to correct me if you know what I'm talking about and I'm fucking it up. I'm so sorry. But it's basically this thing where your brain just kind of constantly is making fantasies and daydreams. And sometimes it's bad because like it can literally make you like disappear from reality. You can kind of zone off a lot. Some people will start mouthing things. They might start like literally imagining something and starting to do the thing and just completely forget what they're doing or get lost. That happens to me all the time. And I never knew there was a name for it until very recently. It's something very common for people, I believe, with ADHD, but also apparently it's common with people with trauma. Yay. So I think that's part of it, is that my brain is just constantly imagining things and constantly in that mode all the time. Like I have basically running fantasies that will happen while I'm talking. There's a running fantasy. I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's embarrassing, but you know what I mean? It's like, it's just constantly happening where I just constantly imagine something. And sometimes that turns into the creative process. It's fun. Maladaptive daydreaming. Yes. Thank you, Enrique, so much. And also I love your comment. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I hope you like the next video. I'm so excited that I'm excited that you're excited, and I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. I'm glad to see there's a couple people here hanging out. Maladaptive daydreaming. Yeah, I think that's the term. I might be screwing that up. And also, hi, I'm not a medical expert, so I might be explaining it a bit incorrectly as well. So I just want to acknowledge that as well. But yeah, it's when I heard the term and someone was explaining it to me, I was like, there's a name for this? Oh, fuck. Why did I not know this? It's amazing how many things I have learned from the internet. It really is. I think that's the reason why I like YouTube so much. I've learned so much from YouTube. I've learned stuff from fucking TikToks from like 20-year-olds. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you. I am never going to be ageist because some of these 20-year-olds know way more than I did when I was 20. You know what I mean? It's great. It's great. Organized education has kind of ruined the brainstorming process for me. Oh, I'm sorry. It's good to know the quality or caliber can come from a more disjointed imagination. It can. I'm living proof of that. My imagination jumps over the place. Sometimes it is bad because I can sometimes lose ideas really quickly. Like it's almost like that thing when you wake up and from a dream and you can remember it really vividly, but then if you do something else, you forget it. it can be like that a little bit sometimes where, so like if there's an idea that comes back a couple of times, those are the ones I tend to focus on. And I usually try to write them down in like a list, or I try to like make some kind of note of it so that I'll actually remember and come back to it. And sometimes, I mean, I'll have an idea, like the unicorn hunting video is a good example of this, of an idea that will just like stick around for a very long time and kind of develop, and then I want to make it. Kind of part of this too, this conversation, since we're talking about this, is that for me, I have been having like plenty of ideas and things I've wanted to do for a long ass time, but I just never had the confidence to try. I've always been really scared of failure. Part of that comes from a very unstable home life from when I was a kid. We used to move around a lot, and that was really stressful for me. So I know how easy it is. And part of that came from, without getting like super into this, and I don't want to like potentially trigger anybody. So we're talking about unstable homes. So if you need to distance yourself for a second, I totally get it. We won't get detailed in this, but my mom had a really hard time managing her money. She had 3 kids. We grew up poor. We regularly had food stamps, and she also had some substance issues. So we sometimes would have to move very suddenly. I got evicted from my house once when I was a kid, when I was 15, maybe 16. I was a teenager at the time. And it was really fucking stressful. If you've ever been evicted, you know. If you don't, I hope you never go through it. It is the worst. And oh, by the way, landlords are parasites. Not all landlords. I definitely think there's a difference between like a little landlord who just has a house, like a room in their house they're renting out, and like a big landlord who owns like, 10 properties throughout the Portland area that are all fucking overpriced and whatever. But yeah, that was really stressful as a kid. So as an adult, I sometimes can be very risk averse. And it's something in the last few years I've been really working on. It really wasn't until my 30s that I really started doing things like going to open mics, trying burlesque for the first time, fucking this, So if it weren't for all of that, and having that imagination that always is coming back and always is, doing a yes and just kind of jumping off, I wouldn't be here now. And I'm so glad that I finally decided to do that. Also, I am living proof that you can, fucking waste your 20s and you can still become something later. Like there is no age limit to following your dreams. And I mean, even 30 is kind of young. Like there are people who didn't do anything to like, 40, didn't do anything. They did stuff, but you know what I mean? Like that's okay. That's 100% okay. I started taking screenshots of smart comments I make so I don't lose the thought. That's good. I need to do stuff like that because sometimes I'll have a conversation with someone and I'm like, ooh, this would make a good blog post. Because I have a blog, for anyone who doesn't know. Not many people read it, and that's fine. It's usually very silly. One of my most recent ones was I did movies that should have made me realize I was bi. And it's just really, it's like a listicle kind of thing. I'm going to make another part because I definitely left out some movies that I realized. Like I didn't talk about The Mummy at all, y'all. You got to talk about The Mummy. Can one be queer and not love the 1999 Brandon Fraser The Mummy? Obviously, I'm a fake fan because I just stumbled over that. Anyway, cool. We have been talking for almost an hour. I wasn't sure how long I wanted to stream, but this is going pretty well so far. So I think we're going to keep going for a bit longer. Everyone drink some more water. Water's good. My headache isn't not as bad as it was, which is great. Going good. Hope everyone's doing good. I'm glad people are here. I was really nervous that I was going to just be here alone. I would have entertained myself. I would have just like put on a puppet show or something for future people to come upon. But I'm glad there's some other people here. It does occur to me. I don't know if YouTube limits people who don't have enough subscribers to like stop streaming at a certain point. I hope not. I know Facebook has the limits and so does Instagram, but we'll see how long we can go for until I just get tired or whatever. Yeah. So what's something else we can talk about? We're talking about the process. We're talking about making stuff. So I talked about how I don't want to be ever in a box. I like the idea of talking about multiple things. So like, for example, the next full actual video essay is going to be regarding fat phobia. So that's going to be interesting. I'm sure some people might wonder, I don't know if any of you are watching or wondering, but just like in general, a question might be, why cover that when you are also trying to make all this content about non-monogamy, along with the whole just like enjoying, you know, making content about whatever the fuck I want, because why be limited to one thing? I also think that as much as the non-monogamy community likes to pretend it is more enlightened and its own, this like higher plane of thought and existence, it's not. It's not. There are still problems in the non-monogamy community, including racism, transphobia, sexism, misogyny, and yes, fat phobia. I have seen it myself. There was somebody, I won't name names. I'll try not to be too specific, but there was somebody who was in a few of my different non-monogamy groups who constantly, like anytime this person made a post, I swear to God, it was always about their weight loss journey. And it was really weird because one, it really didn't have anything to do with non-monogamy. It was kind of related in the sense that like, oh, once I became non-monogamous, I became so much more happier with myself. And then I started losing weight and becoming healthier, which are not the same thing. Losing weight and getting healthier do not have to be related. Just saying. They can be, but not nearly as much as people think they are, which is what the next video is about, next video essay. So yeah, part of why I want to talk about other things too is that we live in a very complex, do y'all know we live in a society? I have to mention it once per video or I won't be allowed to be a leftist anymore. That's how that works. So I think it's important to talk about other things too sometimes and just acknowledge that, you know, unless you go out in the middle of the woods with your polycule and completely separate yourself from, you know, society, you're going to have hangups that come from living in that society. Even if you do that, you still grew up in that atmosphere. And then you're going to raise children potentially in that atmosphere that, you know, even if you try to make it better, you're still going to have some of those hangups, right? And your kids pick up on that shit. They do. They might not know the words for it. They may not understand it. They may just think it's normal, but kids pick up on that. So then your kids are going to grow up with it too. And so you're still not going to ever completely separate yourself from society. The only way you could do that is if you had a baby in like a vacuum, and that would probably be really bad for the baby. This is a mainly Mandy tip. Do not put your baby in a vacuum. Unless you're a professional, I guess, and probably not then either. That'll be the thing I'll get canceled for. Canceled. Oh boy, that's a whole thing. Let's not talk about cancel culture because for one, it's not really a thing in the way people think it is. And two, let's just not. Let's just not. But don't put your baby in a vacuum. That is my stance. And do not take anything else I just said out of context. Please. Thank you. Yes. So that's why I want to do the fat phobia video, is that I want to be able to talk about other things because I think it's important to deconstruct that stuff regardless of what communities you're in. Like I agree that non-monogamous people tend to be the kind of people who do a lot of self-work because that's very much encouraged and talking about boundaries and all that. But well, one, that should be normalized in monogamous culture as well, just saying. And two, there's still plenty of non-monogamous people who are fucking dicks, to put it mildly. Like that happens. I've seen plenty of fat phobia and racism and sexism and predators and all kinds of stuff. So I do think it's important to deconstruct it. Hey, do y'all want to see a cat? Hi, do you want to say hello? Or do you want to stand on the other side of the laptop? He's on the other side of the laptop. Like he's rubbing against my light. Hi, you're being cute. Do you want to come over here? Come over here so people can see you. They want to see you. Tell Tantrum you want to see him, everybody. Come here. I'm over here. Come here. There he is. There's a Tantrum. He's in. Oh, nope. He's on the ground. I hope you enjoyed all 5 seconds of him. No, thanks, Chris. Hey, everyone. Chris is here. Chris is my caption boy. That is his official title now. Yes, he was here for 2 seconds and he left. Do you want to come back? Just let me see if I can get him. I'm gonna let you see his like cute face for like longer than 2 seconds. Hang on. Hi, the people want to see you. The people want to see their himbo. They want to see their fluffy himbo. I got him. Hi. There he is. There's the fluffy himbo. Here, let's move this down a little bit. There you go. No, look, the people want to see you. Oh, aren't you majestic? You're also angry. You're also very angry. He does not like to be picked up. The fact that I picked him up and he's not biting the shit out of me is a big deal. All right. Okay, he's impatient. We're gonna let him go now. Okay, everyone saw the himbo. Show us that himbo. Yes, indeed. That'll be a regular feature of live streams, everybody. PJ live streams will include a himbo. I would get Murray, but I think Murray's sleeping. I'll go check. Let's see where Murray's at. Hang on. Murray, are you sleeping in the box still? Do you want to come out and say hi to people? No? No, you look comfy. I'll leave you alone. Okay. All right. Murray is sleepy. He is curled up in a box, so I'm not going to bother him right now. Hey, we just reached an hour. Good job, everybody. He's very cute, and when he's being good, I don't like to bother him because otherwise he tends to be like parkour and like running around and just like going insane. That's like his thing usually. Have you heard LeVar Burton's take on cancel culture? Paraphrasing, it's cried mostly by folks who are receiving consequences for previously acceptable behavior that is now deemed unacceptable. I had not heard his take, but ding, 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 fucking ding. Yeah, no. It's interesting how many people who will scream about cancel culture will then get mad if Keurig gets too woke and then break their machine in their driveway, right? Like that's such a thing, you know? People are worried that Dr. Seuss got canceled, which it didn't. They just decided to not continue publishing a couple of their books that weren't even good sellers anyway, by the way. And then you have people who are like, well, we need to like fight cancel culture. And then they buy Dr. Seuss books that weren't even the ones that were being discontinued, which I think is so fucking dumb. No, I completely agree. I mentioned it earlier and then I didn't want to get into a whole thing about it, but you know, fuck it. We can talk about it. I think most of cancel culture decriers is bullshit. I just do. There is a lot of calling for accountability now that we haven't seen in a long time. And I think it's partially the internet and it does get fueled on Twitter when Twitter is Twitter sometimes for sure. But this idea that that's bad is really interesting to me because most of the time it's somebody who has done something really horrendous or has done something that's just like, yeah, you need to face consequences for that. You need to acknowledge that you did wrong. You need to like chill out and not be a racist or blatantly a TERF or whatever. My least favorite canceled figure are comedians who talk about how they're being silenced. And then they'll have a comedy special where the promotional material is all like pictures of them with like their faces with duct tape on it, on their faces, on their mouths. And it's like called something like silenced or, you know, censored. Like it's something shitty like that. I hate that shit so fucking much because it's always like some mediocre transphobic white dude who's just mad that some people were like, hey, your joke sucked. I finally saw that clip. It was kind of a while ago now, but that clip that Ricky Gervais got canceled over about trans people. And it was like, it wasn't even just that it was really transphobic, because it was. It also just wasn't fucking original. It's jokes that have been made in YouTube comments since I first started like watching YouTube shit like a decade ago. It wasn't even original transphobic. You know, like at least if you're going to be a piece of shit and be racist or transphobic or something, at least try to be like original. Don't do it at all. But you know what I mean? Like if you're going to do it, at least try. Sorry, I'm seeing some more comments. Just lack of creativity. Exactly. Oh, is LeVar going to be the host of Jeopardy? Oh, that's cool. I didn't hear about that. I haven't watched Jeopardy in a really long time. I think the last time I watched Jeopardy was in the context of watching like Jeopardy fails or something like that. Yeah. been a while, but he would make a great Jeopardy host. I am 100% down for that. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Can I get a fuck yeah in the chat? Let's get some fuck yeahs in the chat. If you want to, I can't control you. Consensual fuck yeahs. Hi, I'm Amanda and I'm silly. Amanda, mainly Mandy. Whichever is fine. I kind of use mainly Mandy just to give myself just enough separation from like the creative stuff from my day job at work, just in case. Like, I don't think they really care what I do as long as I don't like name drop them. Like, if I came out here and said, where I work at, shitty people are us, it's shitty. Like, if I said that specifically about where I work, they probably would have issues with that. Which is why I don't do it. Yeah, there's a fuck yeah. I see a fuck yeah now. I wonder how much of a delay there is on this. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter really. As long as everyone can hear me and everyone's having a good time and we're all doing good. I'm having fun. I hope you all are having a good time. Oh, excuse me. Super excited to do it. Aaron Rodgers? I don't. Okay, that's football. Okay, I'm sorry. I kind of know football. I know of it. I know of football. I have heard of this ball that you hit with your feet. Yes. At least that's what they literally do that in, England and other places that are more civilized than us. And fuck yeah, more fuck yeahs. Didn't do too bad. Cool. Yeah, I don't know anything about Aaron Rodgers, but I hope he's a good dude. You're all are good dudes and dudettes and non-binary folks in between who don't like to be called either of those things, because we are inclusive here. We are inclusive. I hope people, this is like really random, but I really hope that people find my channel to be a place that is inclusive. Like, I'm really working on that with my videos to make sure I try to address not like I did that in the unicorn hunting video where I made a point of saying like, hey, this is a very, very binary conversation most of the time. Let's like acknowledge that at least, because it is. Most unicorn hunters don't even talk about non-binary people. Occasionally they do, but not very often. So I do hope that people feel that this space is a, inclusive, like cool space that's for everybody. We don't like TERFs. We don't like racists. We like people who are actively anti-racist. Like, that's our thing here. I consider myself very left-leaning. I'm never sure like what political thing to call myself. I think I might be an anarchist, but I'm still learning some of that stuff. So just like full disclosure, that's where I'm at. I agree, but also like Laverne, please. I mean, of the two, I know who he is, so I would rather have him as well. I agree with you, Enrique. I totally agree with you. I'm just saying, like, I hope Aaron Rodgers is nice. I don't know. I don't know anything about him. Admittedly, there's a part of me reading Green Bay Packers that immediately makes me go a little bit, not because of specifically who they are, but because I have an ex who was from Wisconsin and was a really big Packers fan. So sometimes when I hear like anything to do with Green Bay or Wisconsin, I'm just like, or cheese danishes, I get like, but then I also sometimes think about How I Met Your Mother, when Marshall is driving through Wisconsin, he's just screaming out the windows like, Green Bay sucks. So that's all I know about Green Bay. Is my ex was a big fan, and also that episode of How I Met Your Mother. If they do mention us, it's only because we have vaginas. Yep. That's it, Pottle. Sometimes I see unicorn hunters trying to be quote unquote woke by saying, people with vaginas only. And I'm like, oh, that's sweet. I know some very masculine looking trans men. I wonder how they would feel about them showing up. Probably not great, but they have vaginas. So I guess they're welcome to the party, right? Are cheese dishes big in Green Bay? Apparently, whenever my ex would go visit Wisconsin, that was like his number one thing to make sure he could do was get a giant cheese Danish. That was like his big thing. They're fine. I don't get the cheese Danish thing. Like, it's not even that I don't know. They just were, I haven't enjoyed them nearly as much as other people have. They're just not my snack. There are plenty of other snacks I like my boyfriend. Ayo. But in terms of, like a dessert, that's not really one of mine. I'll eat them, but they're just not my favorite. So, hi, do you want to say hello again? He's here. He's stretching. Oh, you're so cute. If I could move the laptop and not knock everything over. You want to get my lap again? Or you just want to meow at me? He just wants to meow at me. Himbos meow. That's what they do. Cheese in general is a big Wisconsin thing. Yeah, cheese in general. He liked his cheese. Yeah, because I think that's just like a big dairy producer there. I believe. I'm assuming. I would think so. I mean, if not, they must just really import lots of cheese. They're just getting all their cheese from like wherever cows are. They're everywhere. Hi, you're so cute. You're so cute. Everyone drink more water. This is the thing I see in live streams of people I enjoy, where they'll just be like, everyone remember to drink water. And it's like, yes, take care of yourself. Whenever Tantrum jumps up onto my counter, I have these 2 stools that do not match that are by my kitchen island, right? And whenever he jumps onto it, he like flings himself onto the stool mostly. So he kind of like slams against the side of it. And it just always makes me giggle. If you want socially aware true crime comedy that hates in Wisconsin, I recommend Wine and Crime. Ooh, is that a show? Is that like a television show, Poddle, or is that more like a podcast? It sounds like a podcast to me. I would assume. Yeah. Enrique and I must know. Tell us your secrets, Poddle. We must know. It sounds like a podcast. It's got to be a podcast. Oh, I may have to pee soon. I've been drinking so much water. I'm so hydrated. Oh my goodness. Podcast. Yes, I knew it. I knew it was a podcast. Nice. Ugh, I love podcasts. I've been listening to so many lately. I've been on mostly a non-monogamy kick of podcasts. So many, which is good. It's good. I feel like there's a lot more non-monogamy podcasts than there used to be. It felt like there used to be a lot more just like straight up swinger podcasts, which is fine. 1,000% fine. I just saw Poddle's comment. Oh my God. The first episode is about necrophilia. Sold. I am sold. Also, I'm sorry if that was really loud on the mic. I'm fucking there. Oh, Murray's emerging from his box. Oh, no, he's not emerging from his box. Yes, he is emerging from his box. This is very exciting development over here. That sounds amazing, Poddle. I'm going to have to watch that. Okay, so I've said it, and now I really have to. So I'm going to take the quickest of breaks. I'm going to go use the bathroom really quick. This is a good time to take a bathroom break. I'm thinking I'll come back and we'll talk for a bit longer. I'm thinking like I want to end by 3 at the latest, because like that's 2 hours of talking. So we can hang out and we can chat some more. Since we're talking about podcasts, there are podcasts I wanted to talk about, and there's something very specific I wanted to bring up. So we'll talk about that, because I haven't talked much about some other things I have in the works right now that aren't just YouTube related. Exciting. So everybody, let's take a little break. I'm going to try and set up Captain Sisyphus so you can stare at him while I'm gone. But I'm going to use the bathroom. I might get myself a soda. Don't judge me. Everyone else, get yourself some water. Take a pee break. Say hello to your loved ones. Punch a Nazi. We'll be right back. Also, I'm going to mute my mic so you can't hear me doing my business. All right. I'm back. I'm so sorry. I was gone for so long. While I was peeing, I suddenly realized I hadn't checked my laundry. So I went and threw that over. Oh, I didn't see your comment there before. Every time you said drink water, I drank soda. So that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I had laundry that I was drying, and it was already like an hour after I needed to flip it over. Really, I just needed to dry it again because it's towels, and my towels always take twice to dry. It's annoying. Anyway, what were we talking about? Podcasts. We were talking about podcasts. So lately, I have been on a kick with some non-monogamy podcasts. Hey, Richard's here, everybody. Say hello to Gorgovich von Smash Things. That was the name I was trying to remember earlier. God damn it. Richard, why did you have to make like the most amazing, obviously, a name for yourself? Everyone, that's the person who provided their beautiful, silky vocals to the unicorn hunting video for the last unicorn song. So make lots of noise at them. Thanks for being here, buddy. It's a D&D character. Ah, that makes sense. It's all coming together. Gotcha. It's Richard, how's it feel being on the other side of this? For those of you who don't know, I mentioned this earlier. Gorgovich von Smash Things has a Twitch channel where they Twitch. I believe you Twitch more than once, but I watch on Spooky Sundays because I can't play horror games because I'm a wuss. So I watch Richard and their fiance, the beautiful, talented Chelsea, who one day I am going to steal and run away with. Not that I think I have to steal her. She'd probably run away with me if I offered her a castle. They play horror games. Right now, they are playing Resident Evil 8 Village, which is great because big lady, who I am weirdly very obsessed with for someone who's never played a Resident Evil game in my life and never will because I don't play horror games. But I love watching people play it. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying being on the other side of this, Richard. Your setup's way better than mine. I'm just filming through my webcam. Which is just through my laptop. I found out too late how to properly do a real thing with my actual nice camera. So next time I will have the proper material to do that. I should have asked you. I should have asked Richard how to stream. But it's nice to be on the side of things, actually. Good. I'm glad you're having a good time. It must be relaxing for you. You don't have to work. You can just chill out. I have to entertain people. Elbows. We were just talking about podcasts, Richard. We were just talking about podcasts. Hi, meow. And the himbo's around too, by the way. You might see the himbo again. He's being very cute, but not the most on top of the camera. Oh, and Murray is out now too. Murray might parkour around here. Watch out. He's my chaos goblin. So yeah, we're talking about podcasts. So there's a lot of non-monogamy podcasts I listen to. I listen to Polyamory podcast, which I think is kind of like everyone's podcast, right? I feel like everyone listens to that one. So there's that one. I listen to, what's the other ones I listen to? I listen to Polyamory. I think it's called Polyamory Weekly, but they're more like bi-weekly. That's with Minx and Lusty Guy. I like that one too. Those are the two I've been listening to the longest. More recently, I started listening to Normalizing Non-Monogamy, which is good. That one's kind of interesting because it's this couple, they're a swinging couple, excuse me, who they talk about, they talk to different people who are non-monogamous in every episode. So each episode is a different couple or triad or a single person sometimes too. If you're starting from the beginning, because they were first starting out and they were swingers, the first 15 to 20 episodes are all swingers, all swinging couples, just as a warning. But the thing that's fun about that podcast is you can jump around. You can totally jump around and you won't get lost because it's just them talking. I actually just got to an episode where they talked to a sex worker who is also polyamorous. So it was a really, really good episode. I actually shared that in one of my kinky groups. I know, polyamorous and kinky. Who knew? So I definitely recommend that. And I also wanted to talk about the podcast because they're always looking for people to talk to. So I might have sent them an email. So I might be on that podcast at some point. They haven't emailed me back, which makes sense because they have 170, 80 episodes now. So it makes sense that they're busy and haven't messaged me back, but I might be on that podcast. That was kind of a low-key goal of mine, was to get the courage up to message them. And since I'm about to film my 3rd video tomorrow, and then after that, I'll start filming the next big video essay probably in June. I'll start that in June and hopefully get that done. I'd love to get that done by the end of June. It might not come out to July though, so we'll try. Anyway, so yeah, I messaged them and I told them a little about the channel, a little bit about what I'm about. And so maybe they'll interview me. That'll be exciting. So keep an eye out for that. In general, you should definitely listen to Normalizing Non-Monogamy because it's just like a really good show. I will say occasionally I don't like the guests. Occasionally I don't like the guests. But that's okay because, you know, not every non-monogamous person is going to be someone I jive with. And also, you know, I imagine there are people who wouldn't like me. Like when I first started this channel, I made the intro video and I kind of shared that around and let people know, hey, I'm starting this channel, blah, blah, blah. And I got a decent amount of subscribers just from that. When the first video came out, the unicorn hunting video, I lost subscribers initially because some people I think didn't realize that I don't like unicorn hunters. They didn't know what I was about. There was actually this person who contacted me when I first made the intro video, who I got unicorn hunter vibes from. And I won't say anything specific about them. I'm not here to naysay. Watch me lose subscribers for that joke. Anyway, but she was like very like, oh, I'm so interested in your channel. We're thinking about doing a channel, blah, blah, blah. Talking to me about some stuff. I was like, cool, fine. But she didn't say anything specifically unicorn hunter-y. It was just the fact that she messaged me without permission and was talking about her and her husband in a lot of we sentences. Made me a little concerned. I have not heard from her since the video came out, that video or anything. And I haven't thought to message her because what would I say? But yeah, I wonder if she was one of the people that unsubscribed immediately after the video came out and they realized that I was anti-unicorn hunting. But you know, it happens. It happens. So yeah, other podcasts. What are other podcasts that we can talk about? So there's also one that I've only listened to like 3 episodes of so far, but I like it. I like it so far. It's called Making Polyamory Work. And that one is done. That one's tends to be shorter, the episodes I've noticed. And that one it kind of has the Poly Weekly vibe to it a little bit, but occasionally they do episodes where it's just her talking for like 20 or so minutes. And I think she's a relationship therapist, maybe. I could be wrong about that. She did a really good one talking about jealousy that I loved. And it was about how jealousy can be a gift. And when you feel jealousy, it's a good time to say, thank you for bringing that to my attention. And you can go for it. And I really like that because, and I mean, maybe I'll make a video about this one day. I don't know. And I kind of talked about it a little bit in the unicorn hunting video, but a lot of it actually had to get cut out. That I do not think jealousy is bad. I think what you do with jealousy can be bad, but I don't think it is inherently bad. You know, I think sometimes there are people, Murray, my chaos goblin is near. He approaches. I think sometimes people do things out of jealousy in a way that is very unhealthy and very toxic and can very much be harmful. I do not think feeling jealousy is bad. And sometimes that does put me in conflict with other non-monogamous people. So yeah, that's my thought. And so her episode was very much about like this idea of like that can be used as a way to check in with yourself and see if there's something about that relationship that's not working, if there's something missing that you need. Sometimes it can just be about like, oh, okay, I just need to like go into a cave for a little bit and just take care of myself, you know, and that's fine too. And I really like that. I dislike the focus I see sometimes in non-monogamy spaces on curing jealousy and trying to force people to feel compersion. Like I very specifically mentioned that in my intro video where I was like, I can't make you feel compersion. Do not ask me. Because if you ask me, I will tell you no, basically. I'll tell you, if anyone were to ask me, how do I feel compersion? I think my immediate reply to that would just be, why do you have to feel it? You could be a non-monogamous person and never feel compersion, ever. And that does not make you a bad person. It just means that maybe you just need a boundary that you just don't hear as much about your people. I admittedly don't like Don't Ask, Don't Tell, but some people do make that work and it can be healthy. It's just, you know what I mean? Yeah. I like that. What was it called? So the podcast itself that I was just talking about was called Making Polyamory Work. And it is on Stitcher because that's where I've listened to it. The episode, yeah. I'm going to find the name of the episode for you all. What's this? Oh, that's my brother. I love my brother very much. He's a good egg. He's a good egg. I'm going to find the name of the episode for you. Yes, Richard, 1,000% yes. Yeah. Yep. I don't have anything to say other than yes. Enthusiastically agreeing with you. Okay. So the pod, wait. Recently, Stitcher upgraded, and so I don't know where anything is anymore. So I apologize. No! What did you just do to me? I'm old. It is called, it's literally just called Say Thank You to Your Jealousy. And it is 20 minutes long. It's a really short, very easy to get in and out of the way episode. I think I just accidentally took a screenshot of it. I know technology. I have a YouTube channel now. But yeah, no, I completely agree, Richard. I think it's a really good, I agree. It definitely can build resentment. I am in therapy and have been for a couple of years now. And I had an attitude that I didn't even know I really had at first going into therapy, that negative emotions especially need to be controlled. I had that mentality. I had this mentality of okay, you let yourself feel a negative emotion for a little bit, privately, in your bedroom, by yourself, preferably. And then you get over it. You just stop. And weirdly, that didn't work. Because sometimes feelings want to be felt. Wild. If I just blew anyone's brains, I'm so sorry for the mess. But seriously, I did. I really thought, I thought this was healthy. I thought it was good to just indulge in your emotions for a little bit. Negative ones, only negative ones. And then you get the fuck over them. Because I grew up in a situation, in a household where negative emotions led to bad things and ruined lives. Yeah, Richard probably knows way more about that because they're a smart person that knows the things. For sure. Yeah, we were first that culture. We were, especially for mass folks. Yep, ding, ding, ding. So true. Mass folks especially get a lot of coding around if you cry, that's less masculine. If you do something that makes you gay or effeminate. And of course, the worst thing a man can be is a woman. And the worst thing a woman can be is anything but a childbearing, pregnant, barefoot, sandwich-making, empty vessel for a man to pour all of his needs into. I'm cheating because I'm getting a degree in feelings. I know that's not the technical term for it, Richard. But if you could ever print that off as an official degree, I would love it. I would love to see that. I would love to walk into a therapist's office and just see PhD in feelings. So please do that for me. Adhere to my one need. And also, we were just talking about Richard's stream. Richard streams on Sundays at 7 p.m. And this is obviously Mainer time, EST. Sorry for the people who are not in Maine. At 7, and it usually goes until 10. Just so everyone knows. That's how we're on Twitch. Hang out. I'm usually in the chat. And sometimes poor Chelsea is forced to play. I've saved up so many Tammy tokens. Also, there's a cute cat that shows up on the stream because we demand. Speaking of which, one of my other cat is not awake. Would you all like to see Murray, my chaos goblin? me take a drink of soda to steady myself. I might check. I only had Pottle. So hopefully Chris, same. Yeah. It's so okay. I'm seeing a yay Murray. So we'll see how well this goes. Hey you. Hi. Hi. Oh, my handsome long boy. You want to come see people? You can't really see them, but like they can see you. Would you like to be pursued? There he is. Here's my handsome wide-eyed boy. He doesn't mind getting picked up. He gets like bored. He gets antsy. Can you see? Do you see yourself? He's just so wide-eyed right now. That's you, because you're so handsome. I'd ask you for a forehead kiss, but there's no way you'll give me one right now. Yeah. I'm surprised what he's doing right now. He's not wiggling or anything. He's just staring. He's just like, what the fuck is this? Do you want to be a YouTube star, Murray? He does. Murray, oh, there he goes. There he goes. He did really well, though. He did really well. I think I made a joke about this at the end of the Relationship Anarchy video, that Murray will probably never be featured in a video the way Tantrum was in the first one, because he is a Chaos Goblin and he just parkours. Anytime I've been filming so far, he has parkoured everywhere. In fact, you better not to be up. Don't you jump onto this laptop. Okay. I think we're good. I can't tell you how many times I've been working on something on this laptop and he just like, he does not understand. Well, no, I think he does understand that you type here. So he tries to with his paws in his whole body. Okay, we're good. He's walking away now. Yeah, it's not time for you to be fed. You're fine. Excuse me. Wow, I'm a lady. Whoa, 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 I'm a lady. Good one, Pottle. Percore. Yes, indeed. Indeed. I'll have to remember that one. That's a good one. There's a really bad pun, by the way, coming up in my next video. And I love it. And I'm not sorry. I'm warning you all now. It is groan worthy. It's bad. It's really bad. Okay, so we've been going for an hour and a half. I was thinking about stopping around 3. We're getting to, yeah, the last half an hour. We'll just chill out. This is when I'm watching Abigail Thorne's live streams, she's like got like certain songs she plays at the end. I don't have that, so I guess I'll just sing for you. Do 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 do. I won't sing for you because I like you all and I don't want you to hate me. If anyone has any last questions they want me to answer, if you have anything in particular you want me to talk about for a bit, I could definitely talk a bit more about other things. Oh yeah, I didn't talk about, so I talked about how I have emailed normalizing non-monogamy. Murray is above me and I'm nervous about potentially being on that. I also submitted a proposal for a show that a good friend of mine, the talented Heather Rose, I'm sure some of you know who that is. She is doing a digital drag show in May. So she and what's Molly's performer name? Slimerilla? I think that might be their performer name. I cannot remember, and I'm so sorry. Watch them this when they show up in the stream. They do a monthly variety show, digital show on Twitch now called Drag Ghouls. I watched the show they did last weekend, which was Villainous. That was the theme. It was so good. I was telling, I hope Chelsea told you about this, Richard, because I told Chelsea about this. They did, there was one performer who did a Lestat number. It was a drag king dressed up as Lestat. Very good number. And then somebody else did a Dead by Daylight number. That was Gothis Jasmine, who I'm slowly becoming very obsessed with on the Digital Drag Show Network. Like, she's great. I've seen her in the Swerve Network. I've now seen her Drag Ghouls. I follow her on Instagram, and she had a whole Dead by Daylight thing where it was like her dressed up as, I'm guessing, one of the killers. I have not played the game. I've only watched Richard play, but was dressed up. And then in the background, it was obviously she was sitting in front of a green screen. The background was the game itself. So she's like running around killing people. And the whole time I was just chatting in the chat being like, chase me, mommy, you know, like you do. So yeah, you should definitely check them out sometime. But anyway, so their next show is 90s cartoon themed, which is so cool. And they're open to like really, yeah, right. Thank you like that. They're open to it being a very like, it doesn't just have to be drag. It's called Draggles, but it doesn't have to just be drag. It can be burlesque, it can be comedy, it can be skits, as long as it fits with the theme. Chelsea didn't tell you? Oh no, Trouble in Paradise. Might be time to cut her loose, Richard. Just saying. Send her my way and I'll punish her. Hey, that's weird. I'm being awkward now. I'm getting weird. You know the time to end the stream soon because I'm getting weird. Or maybe keep going. I don't know. But yeah, so I submitted a proposal for the live stream, and I'm not gonna spoil it. I won't say what it is because I want you to obviously come see it if I do it. But basically, I came up with a proposal, and hopefully I get accepted. And if I do, you should come watch that. And I believe that's going to be like wait, this is May. We are in the month of May now. This will be in June. Excuse me. I started to say it'll be May whatever. It's May whatever right now. So yeah, that's hopefully going to happen. In general, as much as I'm kind of like giving things a side eye right now about how fast we should be reopening stuff or whatever, even with the vaccinations, I will be considered fully vaxxed next Wednesday. I am still trying to be safe. I am still, cautious about going where, doing what have you. But I am kind of tentatively excited around the idea of performing again, like on a stage. I miss stand-up. I really do. I came up with a whole set about my boobs the other day. I was just like, Granted, Heather has said that they would love to have some comedy on the show sometime. So I did say like, hey, if you don't like this proposal, I also will just do a type 5. Like, just let me know. I'm just kind of like keeping an eye out for what comes up. I know there's a comedy show happening on Thompson's Point next Thursday that I might go to. I'm not in the show, but I might go to that because that'll be outside. And there's a couple of comedians that are going to be in the show that I like. Plus, it's being put on by Marcus Cardona. I think that might be his last name. Fuck. It begins with a C. Marcus is great. Marcus is originally from Maine. They lived in New York for a while, and I think he's technically living back in Maine again now. Thanks, Chris. I hope you like it. And what's nice, like, we have so little diversity here in Maine. We have so little diversity. It's a very white, very straight state, very cis. But Marcus is, I'm not sure his exact ethnic background. I'm not going to pretend to know, but is Asian American of some kind, and AAPI. I believe is the correct term. And so it's nice to have somebody like that helping to create shows in Maine because it creates more opportunities for other minorities and marginalized folks who are in the state. And then also it's just nice to see, like, it's nice to see more diversity. It's nice to see those opportunities happening in terms of like the amount of stuff we have in Maine. It's here in Portland, it's not terrible, but like, it's still a very small pool, and the comedy scene here is a little bit divided in half. There's some drama. There's drama in comedy, y'all. I don't know if you knew this. There is drama, some fucking big drama. And I've kind of aligned myself with a certain community of comedians, and I'm happy that I did because they're the good ones as far as I'm concerned. But there's one person in particular who has a very bad reputation and seems to get a lot of excuses and has done some shit that sounds really bad. And so I'm really glad to not be associated with those people. I'm glad that I have the good people, including Marcus. So if you can go see that show, I believe it's kind of expensive. I put in quotes because like performers deserve to get paid. And also you have to cover things like the venue and social distancing and whatnot. So it's like $20 for a ticket. But I do know they're doing some things where it's like, if you buy the ticket, you can sometimes also upgrade and get like a picnic table. So it's like you and your friends. It might include drinks. I'm not sure. I know there was an event on Facebook. Maybe I'll try to remember to share that later. So you can do it. Some of the comedians that are in the show are really good, like Mo and Caleb, and some of those people are really good. And I've seen them before and haven't seen them in a while. So it'd be really cool to see that show. So yeah, I'm definitely tentatively excited for stuff like that. I've been thinking about trying to kind of maybe do more of my own live streams or something that's more comedy based. I am on TikTok. I just don't use it very often. I'm very like all over the place with it. Don't you dare jump on this. I swear to God. There you go. So like I've been thinking I might make more content on that just to like get some more comedy outpouring because, you know, it's obviously a little bit different platform than YouTube. But also I really want to stage. I want to hear laughter. Tell me you've been in a pandemic too long without telling me you've been in a pandemic too long. I miss laughter and hugs and orgies. Shout out to all my switches who have been real struggling this fucking pandemic. The other day, but I'm going to say it anyway because fuck it. I was looking at the chains on my bedpost and I was real sad because they haven't been used in over a year. We're doing good. We're doing fine. Everything's fine. All right. We are getting towards the end of time. Again, if you have any last minute questions, concerns, I'm filming tomorrow the terminology video, which will be about boundaries, agreements, and rules. What are the difference between those three? And also, I'm going to be talking about something that I don't think that gets talked about nearly enough, which is the fact that sometimes rules actually are good. I'm going to give some very specific examples that I think people will enjoy because I think sometimes rules are the black sheep of those three. And there actually are times when I think they can be good. They have earned their reputation, to be fair. But there are some very specific examples that I think prove that rules are not always bad. Rules are wonderful. They can be 100%. 100%. Rules tend to be harsher boundaries in a way. Sorry, Chris, do you drink Diet Pepsi because you hate yourself or because you hate God? Well, as female Jesus, I can call myself that because I was born on Christmas. And also, this is my 33rd year, so I am double the Jesus right now. That's going to be a merch in the future. Double the Jesus, double the fun. Mainly Mandy. I say, fuck my dad. By the way, I drink this very slowly. I don't like drink it all in one go. I know it's big. Just don't be scared. Putting big things in my mouth. Hey. Chris, you completely distracted me. I don't even remember what I was talking about. I was talking about the video. Yes, rules. Rules in a way can just be harsher boundaries. And sometimes you have to put down a very hard, hey, I need you to do this or you can't be here. There are reasons why those can be good. I do think sometimes they are bad, but it's usually when they're being used in a shitty way. So I do think sometimes rules get a really shitty reputation of those three. So yes, I think you will all see. You'll see. Again, I'm trying not to give like all my content away here, but also I keep getting distracted by how long my hair has gotten. It's so long. My brother is bringing over his clippers when he visits later, so I'm gonna shave it down again so it will be fresh for tomorrow. What else can we talk about? So yeah, the next video after this, the next full actual video essay, because I imagine this next video is going to be really short in comparison to the other ones. So that's why I'm not calling it a full video essay. That one's going to be like maybe 20 minutes as opposed to, like an hour. The fat phobia video that I have planned, that one's going to be long. It's going to be long. I'm worried. It's probably going to be over an hour. Like, I honestly, it's going to be long, which I know is hard. Not everyone wants to sit down and watch an hour and a half video, unlike me. Like, I'm a weirdo who loves videos this long because I'm like, it's like a movie, but on YouTube. and it's teaching me things. I love that shit. I eat it up. I literally just watched yesterday. I was watching a bunch of Philosophy 2 videos because of course I did. And I rewatched the Darwin one. And that one's like almost like an hour and a half, I think, or around. It's at least an hour. It's the long video. So the fat phobia video will be long, but also maybe that'll help to keep people who are shitty away from it, because then they won't want to watch it because it's too long. They'll just be like, ugh, fat phobia. Meh. And I'll be like, okay. So that'll be interesting. Hopefully people like it, but it is going to be long. I will tell you this. I'm trying not to give away too much, but it is a Socratic dialogue. That's part of why it's going to be hard. Excuse me, I'm a lady. For those of you who don't know, a Socratic dialogue is when two people basically talk at each other, and it's like a hypothetical conversation. It's like a staged conversation made famous by the great philosopher Socrates. I learned that from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. So yeah, that's the style of the video. So yeah, it's going to be a challenge, but it's going to be a good challenge, I think. And I think it's going to come out good. It's going to be tricky to film, and it's going to take fucking forever to edit. So that's why I'm kind of giving myself some leeway that one might not come out until closer to like mid-July. Like, as much as I want to have a video out every month in theory, that one, it might not be feasible. So we'll get this next video done. I'll probably purposely sit on this video when I get done and just let it sit for a little bit, and then let that come out like right at the beginning of June. And then we'll start working on the next video. And the next video will be interesting to get all that done, because there's also stuff I have to get for it, because it's going to require some costumes, and I got to go extra. So, okay, we'll hang out for like a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to end this live stream. Thank you everyone who showed up. I kind of assumed it would be small, but that's good. That's cool. Like, that's kind of what I want. I kind of want it to just be just like a little chill hangout. We're still in a pandemic after all. We still have to have small hangouts. So this is very smart. So I appreciate people showing up. I'm so excited. The fact that I have over 100 subscribers now, 109 last I checked, which is awesome. And the unicorn hunting video has over 800 views, which is really cool. The relationship anarchy video has, I believe the last time I checked, it was like at 366 or something like that, which is still pretty good. Again, I'm still just starting. So like, I'm super happy about that. We are your dedicated core fans. Yes. Oh man, we're going to have to come up with a name. You know, all the cool fan groups have good names. Richard's fans, we're called hostages. They take us hostage every single stream. Every spoopy Sunday, we become hostages. So you all are going to have my core fans, the ones that will be here from the beginning, that, years from now, I'll be like, oh, look, Enrique's in the chat, and Chris, and Paddle. You all will have to have a special name. So we'll have to figure that out. Is it too on the nose to call y'all my main crew? I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm like this. Yeah, we'll have to think of something. Bottle, yes, but I love it. Okay. That's what y'all are called for the moment until we come up with something better. Believe it or not, I'm actually really bad at naming things. I'm great at coming up with like ideas. I think comedy, YouTube videos, writing. Once I have to name it though, fucking sucks. I hate it. That's why my first video is just called Unicorn Hunting, because I couldn't think of something clever to call it. And why the next video was just like, I'm talking about relationship anarchy, and I'm talking about 500 Days of Summer. So we'll just call it Relationship Anarchy and 500 Days of Summer. Mandy Nights. Ooh, that's a ring to it. Mandy Nights. Mandy and her mainly crew. Mandy and her Mandanites. For a minute, my brain looked at it and was like, Mandalorians? Mandalorians. All right, that's it. That's canon. That's canon now. You're on my Mandalorians. Mandalinos. I just saw Mandalinos. I do like Mandalinos as well, but I think Mandalorians might have won. This is the way. I'm a nerd. Woo. Thank you all for putting up with me for the last almost 2 hours. I appreciate it. I thank you all for being here. Richard, Chris, Enrique, Pottle. Did I miss anybody? I think that was everybody. It was a very small hangout. And then maybe there was other people that came in and out that just didn't chat, which is fine. You can be a lurker. We love our lurkers. We love our lurkers. So we can make this happen. Yes. I don't know the next time I'll do one of these. This was definitely meant to be kind of more of a celebratory thing. I'm not against doing another one, but this is very much like a chill hangout. It's definitely the kind of thing that I think I can only do every so often just because it's, you know, a lot of energy to do, take some time. And also, like, if I want to be able to talk about videos, I need to make videos. So obviously it'll have to be after videos are done. So maybe I'll make a goal that the next stream will happen after, let's see, we're at 109 subscribers now. Maybe the next goal point will be like 500 subscribers. Maybe that's what we'll go for. 100 or maybe 200, 250. Cut the difference. We'll aim for maybe like a 250. I don't know. We'll see. Let me know your thoughts on that. I'm interested to know. Because like the next big YouTube goalpost will definitely be 1,000. I think that's going to be a while from now. If I have 1,000 subscribers in like a year's time, that'd be great. But I don't know if I'll do that. There are a couple of things I want to do that will help get more views on the channel. I know a way to get more eyeballs on the channel, potentially. That's a reference to Thought Slime, who has an eyeball zone specifically on his channel to bring attention to, as he puts it, small leftist projects. I consider my channel leftist. I'm not sure if it's considered, quote, leftist enough for him. And if it's not, that's fine. But I was thinking about eventually contacting him about that. There's a couple of videos in particular that once they're done, I think could be potentially good for that. And that would definitely give me a little bit of a bump. Most channels that I've seen him broadcast, I go check them out. They're at small numbers. I come back later, they have at least 1,000. So that would definitely be a jump. And then there's also another YouTuber I really like called Tiffany Ferguson. That sounds right. And she has started to do something similar, and I've found some really good channels through her, actually. So that's another person who I'm thinking about at some point when I'm feeling brave enough, reaching out to and saying, hey, maybe check out my channel, and maybe that will bring some more traffic over too. Assuming they even like it. They might both watch it and go, it's not really our thing. That's fine. They're allowed to. But I'd like to think it might be good enough for that. I don't know. So yeah. So maybe... So I think 1,000 is still kind of far off, but maybe we'll aim for the next one will be like 500 subscribers or 250, somewhere in there. Like, I'll figure it out. Let me know what you think. You can send me comments. You can send me emails. You can reach out, send more people my way, keep sharing the videos, write comments on it. There's actually not a lot of comments on the Relationship Anarchy video. I had to remove a spam comment recently. First time I had to do that. That was an achievement. So go over there and give it some more love. Write some comments. Engagement. Give me that sweet, sweet engagement. Feed the algorithm, my friends. If you want to. I can't control you. Do what you want. But if you do, I appreciate it. I know since I have started my channel, I have started engaging more on other people's videos. I used to just kind of watch them and like them and leave. And now I tend to like them and write something, even if it's just, I liked your video. So I understand the beast now. So I feed the beast as much as possible. But yeah, we are wrapping up right now. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. This was fun. This is like a nice chill hangout. If I ever do a live stream again, it will always be a pajama live stream. Always wear pajamas, always get comfortable, drink wine, smoke legal things that are definitely illegal, hopefully. And if you're a cop, you have to tell us you're a cop. And if you're a cop, you're not allowed here because ACAB. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves. Keep drinking water or copious amounts of Diet Pepsi to piss off God. 'Cause he's not my real dad. And yeah, I think that's it. Captain Sister Fritz says goodbye as well. I love you all. And one of you in particular is really cute. You know who you are. Okay, everybody. I'm going now.